Danielle Hunter and Tweetgate still proves to be a murky, cloudy situation, even going back to the start of the first official Minnesota Vikings practice, going back to August 14th. Danielle Hunter, he's not practicing. And I said, who cares? Mike Zimmer described it as a tweak. Who cares? He's going to be back for the start of the season. Who gives a damn? Then I want to say around the August 20th mark, August 21st, somewhere around that date range, the Minnesota Vikings traded for Yannick Ngakoue, and my thought was, wow, okay, I thought we would have been fine even with Everson Griffin leaving, going to Dallas. Danielle Hunter and Ifeadi Odenigbo, we're going to be great, but Danielle Hunter with Yannick Ngakoue, we're going to wreak absolute havoc on opposing quarterbacks. This is going to be fantastic. How's Danielle Hunter doing? Still not practicing. What? And at this point, we're at the double-digit mark. 10 straight missed practices, 11 straight missed practices. Then Danielle Hunter, he went on IR. And, well, oh, my God, there was optimism. Well, you know what? Maybe he can be back for week 4 against the Houston Texans. And I said, you know what? Something's off here. Something's not right. I'm just going to assume that he's not playing at all for the 2020 NFL season. And I want to give credit to Mike Zimmer in this regard. I'm all about being fair. Going back to when Mike Zimmer originally described Danielle Hunter and his absence from practice, okay, listen, it's just a tweak. We took it as gospel. And when it got revealed that he's going to be on IR, my initial reaction was, okay, dude, I never want to hear Mike Zimmer talk about injuries again, because now you know moving forward that there's always going to be more beneath the tea leaves than he's revealing, which is still true for my own selfish reasons. However, for the Minnesota Vikings as a whole, I think it proved to be more beneficial for them. And here's why. Going back to the 2016 season, before the season started, this was during training camp, practice of some sort, Teddy Bridgewater, their starting quarterback, his leg fell off. It was absolutely horrific based on the descriptions that I saw. At that point in time, the whole league knew about Teddy Bridgewater and that the Vikings were desperate. They just made the playoffs the year before. They need a starting quarterback. What happened? They traded with the Philadelphia Eagles for Sam Bradford. They acquired Sam Bradford for a first-round pick and a conditional pick, which even up to this day, that was the right move. The only thing that destroyed Sam Bradford was his own durability. He couldn't stay on the football field. When he was on the field and he had legit protection from the first game, this was against the Packers, his first game, because they played the Titans week 1. It was either against the Saints or the Packers. I want to say the Packers. Either way, this dude was throwing passes where I said, oh my God, I love Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy wasn't making passes like that. I still say it was the right move, but the Minnesota Vikings, it was publicly known that they needed a quarterback. Okay, Mike Zimmer keeping this on the hush-hush may prove to be beneficial, because going back to the Yannick Ngakoue trade where they had to fork up a second-round pick and a conditional fifth, if it was public that, oh, Danielle Hunter, he's going to be on IR, he may miss the whole 2020 season, maybe instead of a second and a conditional fifth, maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars, maybe they force the Vikings to up the ante to, let's say, a second and a conditional fourth, or a second and a conditional third. So it actually, I feel, proved to be more beneficial for the Minnesota Vikings. Then going back to Danielle Hunter, oh, there's optimism. Maybe he can be back for week 4 against the Houston Texans. Then it was revealed, okay, he's not going to play against the Texans, but check this out. He's regaining his strength. He's getting closer to his Defensive Player of the Year candidate form. There's optimism that maybe at some point he will return this 2020 season. Well, that was before reports came out that Danielle Hunter is seeking a second opinion. Second opinion after he went for, or was going for, special surgery dealing with a herniated disc in his neck, and it was recommended by the medical staff that, okay, it's best that you sit out for the 2020 season. That was before his personal trainer came out and said publicly that I just recommended that Danielle Hunter sits out for the rest of this year and let his neck heal naturally before going for surgery. Oh my God. At this point, 2020 is just a wash for Danielle Hunter, regardless of the circumstances. So right now we're 1-3. Even if we were 2-2, 3-1, 4-0, and maybe have a realistic shot at the playoffs, not worth it, because we're not talking about a torn bicep or a hamstring issue. We're talking about the neck. Neck injuries, or even back injuries, or even to some degree foot injuries, super delicate. That's where it gets really dicey, because we're going beyond ligaments. We're talking about potential nerve damage. And I've seen neck, back, and foot injuries ruin careers. This dude is still super young. He's 25. In a couple of weeks, I think October 29th, he'll be 26 years old. It's not worth it to rush him back. Rest up, big fella. As much as I want to see Danielle Hunter and Yannick Ngakoue play together, because at this point, until that is if Yannick Ngakoue signs an extension, we may be looking at just a one-year rental. So unless he signs a long-term extension to remain with the team after this season starting in 2021, maybe then we can potentially see Hunter and Ngakoue play together. But potentially we may never see that at all. It's all good. Rest up, big fella. I hope you're good. Even if he comes back in 2021, you got to be super delicate. I wish him all the best. Football is just a hell of a sport. So tough to play. You hate to see it. This dude, you can tell he loves the sport of football. Defensive Player of the Year candidate every single year. Best edge rusher in the game, in my humble opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. We do this 3 times a week. Mediocre Best Sports Podcast with Realistic Randy. Check me out on Twitter at realistic_Randy, Facebook at realistic Randy. Tomorrow will be Vikings versus Seahawks preview. We'll see you then.